Hello, folks, and I am Geoff Briley, your host here at the Twin Cities Film Fest, brought to you by the Showplace Icon Theater and the shops at the West End. Here I am here on the red carpet, sponsored by Ballard Spar, and we have a filmmaker here with me, Kyle Gracey. How you doing today?
Good.
All right, so you do have a film here, obviously. Welcome to Minnesota.
Thanks.
I heard you're a Pittsburgh native.
Yeah.
Steelers fan?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Maybe not this year.
It's a tough season. So your film here is Youth Unstoppable.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Sure. So Youth Unstoppable categorizes the rise of the global youth climate movement.
Okay.
So our documentary filmmaker, Slater Jewell-Kempker, she started this when she was 15 years old.
Okay.
And she got involved in this youth climate movement, and then through the last 10 years has been documenting all the young people around the world who've been fighting to create a safer future, fighting climate change all over the world. So it tells her story of going through that movement, and also the stories of all the other young people, including folks like myself, who were caught up in that, who were part of that movement, and how they changed and evolved, and the struggles and the triumphs of going through that whole process.
So now when you say climate change, break it down a little bit more. Are there certain aspects of the climate change that you guys focus more on versus other things?
So a lot of the film actually centers around the international climate change negotiations at the United Nations. And so that's where a lot of that movement came together, and those young people were able to meet each other, to realize that they weren't in this fight alone, that there were actually young people all over the world. So that's what a lot of the story takes place, is in that part. But you also see Slater travel to Nepal and see the front lines of climate change. You see what it looks like in other places. You see marches in Washington, D.C. You see Slater's activism in Canada. So it really is a global film. It was shot in a dozen countries. So it's a really exciting kind of view of the world and the young people fighting all over to stop climate change.
And so even with the initiative to stop climate change, I'm sure during the movie, going to all these different countries, you were able to kind of capture cultures, right, and different perspectives. I think that's amazing. When you say young folks, give me an age range of the folks that participated.
You've got everybody from little toddlers all the way up through kids in their 20s. When Slater was 15 when she started this. I was about 22 when I started this. So there's a lot of young people, and that culture is really important. It's all about how different young people from different countries connected on this issue and on the struggles that they were facing at home, and how that allowed them to form this connection that they otherwise wouldn't have had with each other. So it's as much a film about global climate change as it is about really personal relationships.
I like that a lot. Make sure you guys definitely check that out, Youth Unstoppable, if you're not able to get here at the Twin Cities Film Fest. Kyle, again, from Pittsburgh, tell me a little bit more about yourself and your goals.
Yeah, so I work for an organization called Sustain Us, and so we're young people in the U.S. fighting to stop climate change. And that's how we met Slater as part of this process. And so we're still doing that work today. We're out in Washington, D.C. just today, protesting against the World Bank. So the fight continues, and young people are fired up more than ever to stop climate change today.
See, I love that. Definitely. Young folks, if you're watching, please check it out, Youth Unstoppable with Kyle Gracey. Again, here at the 2019 Twin Cities Film Fest. Everyone take care.